Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Sometimes I wonder if I live in the same universe with people like this. Every time I look through Instagram, I'm shocked. I'm thoroughly shocked. So let's get started. Listen to this. Girl, what made you call me at 6 in the morning? I've been really sick and had the worst night's sleep. I was finally falling asleep and then you called about making a quota for Arbonne. It's great that you aren't sick anymore and everything's going well. I'm really happy to hear that, but I myself am sick and having to isolate. So being woken up at 6 in the morning after restless sleep was disturbing. I really have zero interest in MLMs anymore and have taken an anti-MLM stance for the exact behavior of what I experienced this morning. Smart girl. She proceeds to say, I hope you feel better, love. I had 4 days of no sleep, zero because of withdrawal. Calling at a time where normal people work is actually not a behavior, but to each his own. Each their own. God bless you, girl. Hope all is well. And then she responds, I hope you can eventually see how wrong that is. Calling at 6 a.m. is not normal, especially right now during a pandemic where people are dying, sick, and unemployed. Do not do that to anybody else, please. I understand that you need to meet your quotas, but don't expense that at the cost of somebody else. This is exactly what's wrong with MLM, this behavior. Bars. And all the girl could say is, can you stop messaging me? Have a nice day. And then she said, don't call me at 6 a.m. Thanks. Oh my God. Leave people alone. Nobody wants to hear from you at 6 a.m. talking about joining your MLM. If you wake me up out of my sleep, especially when I'm sick, girl, I'm ready to throw hands through the phone. What possesses someone to think that that's okay? Like I said in my previous videos, people are starting to kind of get the synopsis of how these MLM structures work. And the first basis is annoying people. And not everybody's going to tolerate being woken up from their sleep to hear about something that's really just going to end up benefiting them. Not everyone wants to be involved in a process where their funds are not guaranteed and they have to hustle. They have to send out these regurgitated messages. They have to send out these voices. No, not everyone wants to be involved in that. This girl handled this like a G. It couldn't have been me, because if you wake me up while I'm sick, it's going down. Enough of that. Okay, two things. Essential oils are not FDA permitted for you to ingest. This is when I say that these MLMs can get harmful. And if you think about it, this kind of goes into that moral compass structure I was telling you guys about in my previous videos. Is how can you morally suggest something that is not even permitted to be ingested in the body? Can someone please explain that to me? Can you imagine the harm that really could do to somebody? Somebody that for whatever reason has a GI problem or some type of ailment and they end up ingesting essential oils. MLM structures get mad when you do research, but this is a primitive example of why you need to do research into these companies and into what they're suggesting. Under any circumstances, do not ingest essential oils. In fact, let's look at what the FDA says. The FDA has no regulatory definition for essential oils. In 2014, the FDA sent warning letters to several essential oil manufacturers, including doTERRA and Young Living, requiring them to remove claims of disease, diagnosis, treatment, prevention, and cures. I can make a whole video on the claims that these MLMs make, saying that this is going to help you, this is going to cure this, this is going to cure that. You cannot say anything like that without any scientific backing. It's so harmful, it's so disgusting, and it's all just to do what? To make profit at your expense, even if that makes you sick. No ma'am. Couldn't be me. Okay, this one makes me mad, like genuinely upset. Look, I get his hard times. There are some things you just don't do. There's a boundary line, and this person completely exceeded that boundary line. Here's a trigger warning: domestic violence. The English is so weird. Put words on evils today. A little different post than usual, but I really wanted to talk about it. I'm not trying to shock, just to help become aware of the gravity of things, to raise awareness. I work for a makeup company, but not only. We are above all an association that helps women and children who are victims of sexual abuse and violence. Today is not normal that in 2020 is, you know what, this isn't normal. This is not what people normally do to try to get someone involved in their business. This is not your place. Sorry, I'm getting heated. It is not your place to put fake up on, okay, to emulate a domestic abuse survivor. I don't know why anybody would use that, use makeup and everything, try to make themselves look beaten up just for someone to see that. I mean, how dare you? How do you put on makeup to emulate somebody that's been abused just so you can recruit and gain in your MLM? Somebody please explain to me how that is actually normal, how that is okay. They will stop at nothing. Nothing. This one's actually kind of funny. They love putting entrepreneur in their profile after joining a pyramid scheme. Isn't that true? Isn't that true? And is it actual entrepreneurship when you have to buy a startup kit of X amount of dollars that you probably will not get back to be under another company that has a whole upline making way more than you, that's stagnant in their place, and a corporate office? How is that entrepreneurship? When you're selling their products, you're recruiting for their business model, you don't really have a say-so in anything. How is that entrepreneurship? That's not the American dream. That is you being a contractor for a corporate office that is not even guaranteeing you funds. You're putting in X amount of hours a week, and what do you see for it? If you didn't start with it in the very beginning, chances are you're probably not going to get to that level. Here we go, friends. Now here's a win. Here's a win. FTC, my favorite people, sends warning letters to multi-level marketers regarding health and earnings claims they or their participants are making related to coronavirus. 10 letters target companies pitching business opportunities, supposed health benefits in response to pandemic. In a bracket here, it says, a video that included the statement, I can tell you that there's thousands of people that are out of work right now. They're all looking for a way to earn money. This is a great stimulus package because you can teach someone how to earn $1,730 literally in their first 10 days of the business. What did I say about guarantees and claims? That is not FTC compliant. You cannot under any circumstances say, oh, you'll make this amount of money in this amount of time. Because guess what? If I do that, and if I put in the work and I'm not receiving that money, if I don't get those funds, I'm holding you accountable, because that is what you told me when you enlisted me in this. This is when I say that it harms families. This is when I say that the structure is a pyramid scheme. All the money's going to the top and the dirt level is left with nothing. The structure works against you. It claims to empower you and it strips your power away from you. Last one, but let's make it a good one. I want to know why when your friend opens a coffee shop, you clap. But when your friend starts her own online business, you roll your eyes and add her to the ignore list. We see posts about supporting boss babes. I'm not seeing the truth behind that. We only support the traditional boss babe. What about the college girl who goes to classes full-time, bartends, and spends her free time hustling from her cell phone? Or the single mom raising 3 kids solo, working 2 jobs to pay the bills, staying up late to work her side hustle? Or the businesswoman who works a 9 to 5, throws dinner on the table, and chauffeurs kids from practice to practice from 6 to 8, hosts a team call at 9:30 and grinds till midnight? What about those women? No, instead you block their feeds, ignore their messages that you read, and avoid them in the supermarket because they're annoying. Ladies, it's almost 2020. Can we clap for the hustlers slinging their opportunity or products to finally live their dream? I'm proud of the girl slinging makeup to earn a cruise. I'm proud of the girl slamming unicorn powder. What the hell is that? Earning the next rank. Margaret cannot read today. I'm proud of the girl who gives 110% to earn that promotion. It's time to start clapping loud for all the boss babes and not just some of them. Empowering women means empowering all women. I do agree with that. And that also means holding women. If you're a woman, I'm looking at you, woman to woman, I'm gonna hold you accountable. Just how I would want you to hold me accountable if we were close. As I've said many times, the structure works against women. I truly do believe that. The proof is in the pudding. You look at the statistics, 99.8% amount of women lose money in these business structures. I clap for anyone that wants better for themselves. I clap for anyone that is hustling to provide for their family. I don't clap for those who are in a business model that's just going to hurt the next person that's involved in the business. I don't clap for those who constantly send regurgitated messages and don't even take the time to really get to know anybody. They're just trying to profit. I don't clap for those that get upset when people are not interested in their business. I don't clap for those that can't take constructive criticism and don't understand that not everyone wants to be involved in this business model. I love the idea of everyone wanting to be an entrepreneur and going after what they want. I hear you. I get that. But you cannot be the one that gains on someone else's back. In my opinion, it's wrong to send those regurgitated messages. You're not even caring to look at somebody's profile. It's wrong to constantly send someone texts and DMs and all of that when they're not responding to you. People have the right not to talk to you. You have the right to walk away from an opportunity that is not going to benefit you. You have the right to do that. You have every right to think they're annoying. Because I do, 100%. It's a faulty business structure. Why do you think the anti-MLM movement is starting to grow into what it is? Take it from me, a former Hun. I look back at who I was before and I'm so incredibly embarrassed because I was pushing things I didn't believe in. I was sending messages I didn't know who that person was. I was being the most annoying, bratty individual, and I didn't even make any money. I sold myself to the company, basically. And I don't want that for anybody else. And that's why I make videos like this. That's why I show things like this, because everyone needs to be vigilant of how these structures are working against us. And they are. And that's not cool. And that's not acceptable. Women are queens. Women are unique. We are diverse in our ways of thinking. We are eclectic. We are incredible. We don't need to bite the bait. We don't need to put other women in sticky situations that end up harming their families. We can do better. That's it for today, you guys. I really enjoyed hanging out with you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe if you liked the video, and I will see you next time. I love you. Have a great day.
Peace.